What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? Hope you guys all can see me clearly. Thank you. I want to say congratulations to young Durk. A lot of you might be like, well, what are you congratulating young Durk for? I'm congratulating on him for being a stand-up individual. You see, in this world we live in today, we have very few and less honorable people in the world. And people who understand that things are bigger than them. Life is a mystery. You never know how your whole life can turn around in seconds, and it's turned upside down, and you going in a direction you never even dreamed of. I mean, in a blink of an eye, somebody went from touring the world in the twilight of their marriage to a divorce and adopting their own grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Things happen that quick. Now, I also want to point a couple of things out. You know, I got to sit here and go through taxes and papers every day. That's my life. Making sure every T is crossed, every dot is crossed. But I make sure I always do something for the people, the kids, this nature, this world. I want to make sure they have everything, the best of the best. Yeah, Lil Durk. I keep calling him Young Durk. Well, you got to look at things a little differently, man. Oh, thanks, Ed. No, Bria, he doesn't. I use that as an example how people life can change so quick. I want to give a shout out to Lil Durk because he's a youngin. That's why I always used to call him Young Durk. But Lil Durk, I want to give him a shout out for making the type of sacrifice. What's up, Jonathan Mitchell? But making the type of sacrifices that he did and just saying, look, I'm no longer going to mention about anybody, any ops or whatever being murdered and all that, dead people who already dead. I'm not going to rap on that. You know, and am very appreciative of the fact that they didn't do that. And when he performed his old songs that had those in there, he's gonna take that out. It's unfortunately, but he lost more than a brothers. They've lost friends, they lost cousins, they lost uncles, and it's on all sides. It's a never-ending nonsense of war that don't need to be, that don't need to take place. You know, he's sacrificing his reputation, his hoodness, and all that stuff. No, you can still make great music without being disrespectful to the dead. That's for everybody. When did that become cool? I don't know when that became cool in the first place. So I'm proud of the fact of what he did. I'm not going to say he didn't taunt the oppositions. The oppositions taunted them. All of it going back and forth, talking about the opposition and all that. When someone loses their life, you don't need to disrespect them on any type of level. It's done. Okay? So for him to grow up out of that finally and say, look, I need to let the young folks know this ain't the way. This should have been done a very long time ago. Because if you speak on somebody's name who's not here no more, the people that's here are going to be mad. And they're going to want to make you feel the same pain that they're feeling. Why would you want to do that? Everybody love to say somebody started it. Well, it needs to be finished, no matter who started it. It ain't about who started it. All that stuff got to go to the trash. Smoking on this pack and all that, man, that stuff is trash. Get rid of all that. You don't need it. None of you. Focus on your art. You guys make music, make music. You can make music without talking about people that's not here anymore. Talk about life. Nas just showed you and gave you an example and a blueprint on how to make an album. Subject matter. No time is he talking about wasting people or people who dead in a negative way. Doesn't make any sense. Everybody got energy for people that they think are their ops. And the people that's really your ops, you're not even speaking on. Who's really the ops? The people that got him in that, living in the areas and the conditions they're living in now, that wants to keep them in these conditions, that want to keep them in a war zone. The one that always makes sure that they have the firearms and the ammunition they need, but they don't have the educations, the schools, the recreational centers that they need. or the jobs. I don't care who first. You keep making this a first thing. I don't care who's first. I just care about it's over. It's the last. Let's end all that talking about people ain't here no more in a negative light. That stuff is gone. Let's throw that in the trash. And for Lil Durk to take the stand and come out and publicly say that, have them right about that. Because all of these media stations need to be doing that. That's because it's the wrong media. And the people who are watching it are checking the people that are doing it. Y'all not checking the academics. Y'all not checking all these people who are promoting only the violence of what's happening in these areas to make money. You can check my page up and down. I don't talk about that stuff. I don't talk about who smoked who. I don't even talk about dirt on here. I don't do drill. Period. Academics has caused a lot of pain and distraction in our neighborhood right now. My uncle from Inglewood, he just passed away tonight. Uncle Mark, man, rest in peace, man. Uncle Mark was a real one. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, man, we gotta definitely. That's right. I remember I go down in his basement, Uncle Mark, man. He had his music set up. He have his stand up with his Quran, and he had it in English and he had it in Arabic. I was a kid then. I was like, man, he had it with a lamp over it and everything. He would just always be in his reading into his book, man. Well, I know he's been dealing with illnesses for a while. He had a lot of stuff going on. I appreciate it. Well, I just wanted to commend him because that was a very good thing to hear that Dirk would take that stand to go out there, and we need most of these young rappers to do it. Just come out and say, "Hey, I'm no longer finna do that. In my music, I'm not rapping about any more deceased oppositions and all of that. I'm not doing that anymore. And he said, for all my other songs, if I perform them, I'm taking their names out of it. It's over. That's big. That's a moment. I never talk about that kind of garbage because I know nothing good comes from it. But some of these clowns, like academics, who loves to promote this because it builds his page up, he gets off on it. Shouts out to my boy Kwame Brown at Kwame Brown Bust Life. Don't forget to follow him. I don't even know what happened yet. I know he's been ill, like going back and forth. So I really don't even know what happened to Uncle Mark yet. I'm quite sure they're gonna let us know about tomorrow. I don't know about 500. It could be 500, but I know at least five we could pin on them. That's why these guys who are distractions, we got to single those people out. We got to put the light on them and say, why are you here? See, they make money off your culture. They don't care about the fact that you guys live in these neighborhoods. You guys got to deal with the violence, the nonsense, and people going back and forth. They help make money off promoting it. Academics all the way. Oh, the ops. Oh, oh, look, he sent a message to them. Oh, it's finna go down. You see? Because they don't understand that the city of Chicago is not trying to help. We've already been went there. I just right now, I'm gonna show y'all something I done did that y'all don't know nothing about. That I was a part of. I won't say I did it. I was a part of it. It's coming up, by the way. If I could ever get to it. There we go. Saginaw, Michigan. Saginaw STEM, baby. August 28th. We coming. The Electric Circuit Day. My cousin Dante Davis will be right there. He's an engineer. The man used to design all the cars at Chrysler. Used to work for the Detroit Pistons. I think he know Kwame too. We didn't get into that, but I think Kwame was there when he was still there. Because that's how I met everybody. So this is going down Saginaw, Michigan on Niagara Street on the 28th. Draymond Green is married to my cousin. Oh, not him. His father is married to my cousin. Draymond and his father and mom split up, and his father ended up marrying my cousin. Yeah, yeah. They call him Day Day. He used to get beat up a lot. Yeah, but he would still be talking. Now that's in Michigan. Now remember, we've already did the drive here in Chicago without the help of the city. Only thing city did was like let a cop, two police officers police the event. That's all they did. They didn't donate nothing else. That's all the city of Chicago did. And let me show you what else we did as far as helping out. For people that say we don't do anything. Here's one of them. Those are one of the boxes that got all the book bag drives. We got all the book bags filled up with books, everything. The mayor of East Chicago, Indiana. East Chicago, Indiana, y'all. Working with them. They were hands-on. Hands-on with everything. Because these are all our people. And we got people everywhere. So people are starting to get involved and do things. People coming at me like, yo, we got to do things, Over 10,000 book bags. It's done, bruh. You see what you do when you come together? See what you do when you come together as people? You can do things. You can get things accomplished. Now, why our city couldn't come together to do that? Almost 1,000. Almost 1,000 people. Congratulations to everybody that contributed. And thank you to the mayor of East Chicago, Illinois, for all of the help that they made. So you see, there's people out here already doing work. So for people who think that, oh, y'all just talk, no, things are being done every day. I was up to 8 in the morning packing up book bags, school supplies, pens, markers, everything. Every book bag loaded. We got almost 1,000. Not me personally. I wish I could get 1,000 of them, but we got a lot. And now, August 28th, Saginaw STEM, for anybody in Saginaw, Michigan, we're teaching the kids all about engineering and all of these different factors into it. You're going to get free classes. All the kids is free. Let them come on down. That's coming up. The 28th of this month in Saginaw, Michigan. Now, where are these guys at? These guys ain't doing nothing. These other people, they're just eating. Academics, where are your programs that you are a part of? What are you doing? Don't show me no Versace robe. You eating off the war that's going on in cities that's wrecking people's lives. Prove us wrong. Do something. Show me up. What's that Campbell soup guy? What's his name? Hassan. What are you doing? Show us something. Oh, matter of fact, no. Just donate. I don't want you around kids. No, I don't want you around no kids. Just donate something. There you go. Just do that. I don't want you around no kids. Uh-uh. Now, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because you know what he'll say? Oh, my followers don't want to hear about that. They want to hear about drama. Of course they're gonna want to hear about drama. Because you're making that's all it is. That's all life is drama. So that's all they're gonna want to hear about. But you're an adult. These are young kids that are watching this nonsense. You have a responsibility, whether you want to admit it or not. I can sit up here all day and make videos just hating on people and causing a war. I can do that all day. But then I'll just be like, man, damn, you must be doing this for a bag. Because you're not teaching anybody anything. I wouldn't say I'm a humanitarian, but teaching humanity, well, that's what we're basically doing. Is humanity is something that shouldn't never ever need to be taught. That's something you pick up on. But nowadays, everything is acceptable. Form of disrespect, everything is just so accepted that people they don't put any governors on themselves to conduct themselves as people, as humans. You have this animal-like mentality, and it's really just unbecoming of us because we were never like that. We as a people were the most loving people on the planet. My buddy got his program running right now. He's trying to get it up and off the ground, with these kids. So we really trying to get something going with him, but we just had all kind of problems going on trying to get stuff done.
Man, see though, you gonna be the main guy. You always jinxing yourself, bruh. You gonna be the main guy talking about, man, I got all these injuries. Guys ain't performing well. Man, I should be the number one seed right now. How is Gavin number one?
You talking about fantasy football at 3 in the morning? Okay, we're gonna have a fantasy football live stream yard. Fantasy football, it's going down. You didn't just set yourself up for it. I mean, dude, like he act like COVID was just something I made up. Players went down last season for COVID and injuries. In the first week, you lost Saquon Barkley, you lost McCaffrey. All the players was gone in like 1 week. So what is he talking about? People was gone for COVID, everything last year in football. So how you gonna blame me for that? For pointing out the obvious fact my whole team was depleted. I had the number one. I had Debo Samuel. I had everybody. Everybody was gone. I'm like, dude, COVID and injuries did my whole team in. I had to I couldn't keep them. I'm like, I can't go 2 weeks without a wide receiver. I got to go grab somebody. So yeah, my team was predicted to be the number one team in football. But when they all go down off injury, damn, that's a fact. I can't control that. Sorry for mentioning it. I know. I just came out the hospital. So, and I came out to play Madden, and everybody, I'm all medicated up playing Madden, and they getting wins. I'm like, oh, y'all bragging. All right, I'm just all messed up right now. But when I get back right, they're in trouble. Prime time USA. Yeah, see, that's the crime. See, playing people like that, they see my plays, they know exactly what I'm finna run, they know everything. Because they see it. That's right. So shouts out to everybody that's getting involved. People are doing stuff, man. They doing stuff that they never thought they would do a day in their life. Like we've been doing this stuff every year because for me, that's how I operate. That's how I move. I like to give. So I feel like I'm blessed. I always get a blessing in return because they know my heart. I've given without anything of waiting for stuff to come back for me. I just give and just say, hey, y'all got something, I'm good. All right, I'm gonna make it. And just by happenstance, I get blessed for doing it. So I'll take the blessings. So anytime I can help somebody out, that's cool. And believe me, it's no greater reward than seeing a little kid's eyes light up when he gets something. There's no you can't replace that. There's nothing you can do to replace that feeling. Thanks, Trip. Cause it takes me back to when I was a kid, when I got something. I was spoiled. I never let you ain't gonna never hear me say, oh, I miss Christmas. I had like 30 some gifts every Christmas. It was crazy. I had people in competition with each other, trying to outdo. I'm the oldest grandchild. So at one point it was just me. So I got showered with gifts because they was trying to outdo what my cousins was getting when they came. Me and them, we all had great Christmases because they were trying to outdo each other. My mom would get me 10 gifts alone. My grandparents would give me like 10 gifts. My uncles and aunties, and they would all give us gifts. So I was showered with gifts. So my thing is, but other families, we didn't know. They ain't had Christmases where they got nothing. Thanks, Marie Bell. I appreciate that. I really do. They had nothing. We as kids, we didn't understand that. We like, Did your parents or Santa or anybody get you something? Nah. And that's all they was saying. This is why some of the attitude was there. And you didn't know because you were young, you were kids. You didn't know. This is why kids love to come to other kids' house to play with their stuff. And kids didn't care. They like, yeah, come over and play. So our family was always giving things away. And then we were always given things. So we were poor and we lived in a poor neighborhood, but none of the poorness around us. We grew up in the slum area, but the slums didn't grow in us. If we want to steal Jesse Jackson. I grew up in the slums, but the slums did not grow in me. Oh, it was funny. They had Jesse come up to Glenbrook South High School to give a he had him come all the way out here to give a speech. And I was living across the street at this time on the military base. And Jesse Jackson was coming up here. I'm like, Jesse, y'all got Jesse coming. All this, it was funny because all the white kids was excited because this is like somebody famous to them. Like, oh, we get Jesse Jackson come to our school. I'm like, this is going to be hilarious. Because I'm like, we see Jesse all the time in the city. Jesse is not like a celebrity, but for them, it was inspiring. So they thought they went in there and Jesse basically berated the kids. It was it was bad. They came back, their minds were blown. I don't know, he was kind of mean. Jesse hit them with your kids go to Yale, well, my kids go to jail. I was go ahead, Jesse. Jesse was giving it to him. I'm like, Jesse was preaching to them kids, man. He was rapping. Jesse was spitting bars, baby. Oh, thanks, Trips. Have you seen this bullet? Have you seen this bullet? Have you seen this bullet? And I come to find out, see, that's what I'm saying. When you say stuff, people, the guys who made the film, when they had to go and remake the film. This is why you have so many cuts. When they did Man of Steel, and they did it that way, they had to make a whole big collective thing where, okay, we got to involve because they signed her for 3 films. When they signed, because that's why they filmed the movies back to back to back because they had to continuously make the film. So they filmed 3 movies in a row. So right after Man of Steel, they had that break. So I forgot her name, Amy something, I think. She had to go film another movie. So after she filmed that movie, she had to come back when they were doing Suicide Squad. They did Suicide Squad, Batman versus Superman, and Justice League all at the same damn time. And she was mad because she had to go all the way to Detroit when it was freezing cold. And they filming all them scenes in Detroit. She's like, why are we in Detroit? Because Detroit was at that time was near bankrupt and it was dirt cheap to film a movie in Detroit. Shouts out Antonio Washington. Yes, he was. So Trip, oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Because it was funny, Trips, because when they had to put her in the story to keep her in it because she was gonna be a big part of Justice League. She was gonna be the reason all this stuff go haywire. Because she was supposed to die while she was pregnant with Superman's baby and all this stuff. And she was supposed to die in another time loop, and then it was gonna get reversed through time, where Batman was gonna die by the same kryptonite spear that he had that was used on him that he created to take out Superman, he ended up getting killed by the same kryptonite spear. He made a sacrifice. All of this was changed. Oh no, the baby wasn't Superman's. Lois was pregnant in the Justice League movie. She was pregnant all in that time. But the baby wasn't Superman's. Superman thought it was his baby when he found out, but the baby father really was Batman, Bruce Wayne. So when he made the sacrifice, they named the son Bruce Kent. That was all set up in there. Because when Superman was dead, Lois ended up getting lonely one night and Batman tore it up. Batman! Yeah, and Bruce Kent at the end, they end up showing Bruce Kent. He becomes Batman. But they never tell him that his father is Bruce Wayne. He doesn't even know. But he's named after Bruce Wayne, and he's end up bringing Bruce Wayne's son anyway. Briefly touch on the Clippers. What do you want to talk about with the Clippers? They doing everything that I think they should do. The Clippers is only 1-2 players away. They re-signed. I told people, I don't know why people get so caught up in all this nonsense. Kawhi Leonard wasn't leaving anywhere. He opted out. Where he's going to go to State? His first option is to go here. And I'm hearing Kawhi wants to go. I'm like, please stop listening to other people and just come here. Because I told you, he's only doing this to restructure the contract so they can free up money to sign other people to keep them there. They were able to keep Reggie Jackson, 2-year deal, $22 million. They was able to do that. It was a money move. That's it. Now they can get more money and they don't have to be heavy on the cap. This is what the Lakers just did with a couple of their players so they can get some money up, restructure their deals, so they don't have to pay any extra money. Phoenix just did this with Chris Paul. Instead of Chris Paul getting $44 million and sucking up all the cap money, now they just gave him 3 more years for $100 million. So now they can free up some money to keep some of the guys. But these television shows keep y'all caught up in all this nonsense. Now where did all that Kawhi stuff go? Kawhi is going to the Knicks. Kawhi is thinking of doing this. Kawhi is getting ready to leave. They even got my buddy talking like this. Yeah, see, Kawhi, yep, they doing all that and he getting ready to leave. I'm like, boy, y'all about as dumb as Kendrick Perkins. That's right. It's probably one of the first times you heard me talk about Lil Durk. I think I probably talked about him once, but I don't really talk about Lil Durk. I don't really do drill music, period. That's not I don't drill time, all that. I don't really get into all that. So I rarely talk about that music because it's like basically all negative. It's not rap. It's basically just talking about your opposition from another neighborhood and basically talking about what you gonna do to them and all this and that, and then another person talking about what they finna do and who they finna take out and disrespecting somebody who ain't here no more. So I'm not caught into that. That type of nonsense keep wars going on and the record companies are responsible. And we got to hold the feet to the fire on these dudes because these are the guys that's help keeping these people employed, giving them all this money to continue the nonsense that they do. They wouldn't be doing drill if drill wasn't paying. They'll be doing R&B too if they was playing real R&B music. But if you're talking about, oh, I'm gonna hurt another person that look like you, I'm gonna shoot him up, I'm gonna chop him up, and he from over there. How you walk into a record company with these execs who went to Harvard, Yale, Stanford, Cornell, education? They grew up listening to the Beach Boys and REM, Blink 1, 2, 3 or whatever, and they're in charge of evaluating music. There you go. Okay, go. I'm gonna shoot them in the face and I kick my op when I come through. Chop, 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 chop. Got a new chop. Pop, pop, pop. Right in his face. Then I'm gonna kill him in the waist. Oh, stop. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's just perfect. We're gonna start you off with $1 million advance. Yeah, let's get this guy. Hey, do you have yeah, let's give him some money for some shells. It looks like he's low on shells. Let's give him some more shells and bullets. Yeah. And they get a record deal. 90% of these rappers can't even rap or make a song, but they can make hateful garbage music and be out there, and that's all it is. And he talking about somebody from another neighborhood, and that person from another neighborhood be like, hey, we just lost our homie, and y'all disrespecting me, talking about him. Now here we go at them. Lil Durk was the first person I've ever seen take a stand to say, I am not going to talk about deceased people in my songs anymore. And if I do perform my old songs, I'm taking those names out. That should have been done by everybody. Everybody in this record business. That should have never been allowed. It's sad because maybe people in his camp wouldn't have gotten killed. I've seen these record executives, and you're like, how this record executive is saying that this music is okay, but telling people like Lupe Fiasco, I just don't think this record is gonna work. Oh, you don't? Well, what's wrong with it? Well, you're rhyming and it's got so much, like, it's almost like you're preaching or teaching people with these songs. I don't think people want to be taught. They want action. They want, can you talk about a chopper in there at least? You know, the chopper, not the plane, the firearm. You see, that's all they focus on. Because, see, in their world, this all makes sense. That's all they care about. The nonsense. Oh man, I forgot I didn't even do a movie review for a movie I saw called Old. I thought I did it already. I know, but see, that's how crazy it is. Once he died, he's dropping albums. He's like the #2 streaming artist, and like the #2 streaming artist in the whole 2021 so far. Pop Smoke is there, and he died last year. Nobody cares. I mean, really, if the Lakers lose, It's fool on them. It's shame on them for losing. And if they win it, nobody's really gonna care because it's like, dude, look what you stacked your deck with. Of course, people would love to get that love when they're alive or get those flowers. Or how many times you call somebody and say, hey, what's up? I just called to say hello. If people call me like that, I think I'm about to go. I'd be like, oh man, I better check my blood temperature, blood pressure or something. Shoot, everybody calling me. I know, man. It's like because you so busy with life and your own life and dealing with everything, you don't got time to really contact everybody. But life is short, man. Like Uncle Mark, I don't know how many times I said, man, I gotta go visit Uncle Mark, man. I gotta go visit Uncle Mark, and never got around to visiting Uncle Mark. Cause I stay busy. Like I'm always doing something. Yeah, I watched my grandfather get old enough to lose all of his best friends. And like once all of his friends was gone, he just seemed like he just got miserable. And then, he just died suddenly, but well, no one is stupid. I mean, anybody who would put LeBron over Kobe, they don't understand basketball. At no point in any time was LeBron James better than Kobe Bryant. And I'm glad Kobe wanted to show people this guy isn't better than me. When he guarded him one on one in that game, he guarded LeBron in that fourth quarter, and he shut him down every time he got the ball. He couldn't do nothing on Kobe Bryant. And he wanted to show LeBron James fans, if we play one on one, this is what would happen to your so-called king. All right. And I love it because they got him on tape and he's saying, that mother can't guard me. Oh, he can't score on me. That mother can't score on me. And I knew it was over then. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. It's getting too late. I don't want to keep y'all up. If you missed it, go back to the beginning of the video. Thanks for coming and showing your love and spending time with me. I appreciate it. Good night.